No, I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Nanci Creedon, who is going to show us how you can treat your dog at home and even save your pet's life. Nanci, great to have you again.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to take this little guy up here, and as we know, dogs are very, very busy, and they do get caught from time to time.
And a lot of the time when they do get caught, if they're running around, standing something sharp, and it's the paws.
Okay.
So today, Dahi's dog has injured his paw, and what I'm going to do is show you what to do in an emergency. So this isn't replacing veterinary care, this is to get to the vets. So it's important people remember that. But what you want to have maybe in your car, under the sink, is a couple of first aid items that you can then use if your dog does get themselves injured.
You can use these on humans as well, and you can use the dogs as well.
Exactly, same thing, same first aid kit really at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So what you want to have is your non-stick gauze. So we're pretending now that your little dog, Blackie is his name? Blackie, has injured his paw. So you want to put something on it to kind of begin the clotting.
Yeah. But I'd imagine the dog will be fairly agitated as well if the paw...
Yes, so if you do have a second person to just soothe the dog, so if you want to keep him calm there now because he's a little bit upset, you're putting your non-stick gauze on. If that soaks through with blood, do not take it off. You're going to just put a little bit more underneath. What you want to do then as well, anytime you're bandaging the dog, you're always bandaging towards the heart. So what you want to do is put something soft underneath it. And again, if you don't have first aid things, you can use something like an old sock or something like that, just to pad it a little bit. So it doesn't matter if it gets big and fat. What you want to do is just keep it soft.
And stop the bleeding. That's
stop the bleeding, and just to get to the vet. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to wrap anything tightly because you don't want to stop the circulation.
Okay.
So you want the circulation, but just not the bleeding. So you're starting down low. Now, again, what you can do is you're going to bandage up to the dog's knee, basically. But what you want to do is, again, start at the paw. So you're wrapping. What you can have here is vet wrap, or, again, you can use tights if you have tights at home, but something that's just going to hold it in place. So you're wrapping. What you don't want to do, again, is wrap too tightly, but you want to keep it in place. So if you do have the vet wrap, loosen the vet wrap before you go around the leg.
He's very good today.
He's so good. Or maybe he's just a little bit in shock.
I think he's a small bit in shock, yeah. But this, I suppose, in reality, Nanci, dogs would probably be kind of agitated at this stage.
In reality, a lot of time they will just sit, they'll calm down and they'll settle because they don't know what to do. So a lot of dogs, in reality, when they do have an injury like this, they do let you do what you need to do, which is great. Now, obviously, not every dog. But Blackie is. So you're bandaging up as far as the knee, not too tightly. You're coming back down again around the paw to keep it in place and to keep the that bit of thickness again. So if the dog is walking on it, that it's got something to walk on and back up again. So,
and, as you said earlier on, Nanci, it's important to say this is not a substitute for the vet. This is only to get you to the vet.
And it doesn't need to be pretty. It's just to stop. Make sure your car is not covered in blood as well, and just to get to the vet. So you're wrapping it around itself again and again. And what vet wrap will do is stick to itself. But if it's not going to stick to itself, if it's tight, you can just tuck it back in there. And just get to the vets. Make sure it's not too tight, and then the vets can sort it out. But this is just to get there. So first aid.
Okay, that's Blackie sorted, and the vet is going to sort out Blackie once we get as far as the vet. Now, other things as well, things that can harm our dogs. I suppose the house they're full of them.
Full of stuff, and that's the thing, they're hidden risks, so people forget about them. So for example, your spider plants, people don't realise these are toxic to dogs.
How are they toxic to dogs?
If they ingest them, it's going to react with their digestive system and make the dog very sick. So you've got your little puppy, they come into the house, they chew everything, you've forgotten that this is on the fireplace. It's a big party for them. So making sure that you're looking at what kind of risks are in your house, eliminating them before the dog comes in. And when it comes to Christmas, you may have a dog visiting with family, friends. Again, you're making sure that you keep that dog happy and safe for Christmas. No one wants to go to the vet.
No, certainly not. No, tell us about this. This is to clean your carpet.
Carpet cleaners, again, is another one people forget about. So you give the house a nice clean, you're sprinkling your carpet with carpet cleaner, the dog lays down, all of a sudden the dog breaks out in a rash, you're wondering what's going on, you're thinking it's food. Think about what you're putting on your floors. And again, even when cleaning the dog's bed, making sure that they're pet friendly.
Because people will do this without even thinking of the dog. They say, oh look, listen, the carpet's going to be clean, all of a sudden the dog has a problem.
And it happens a lot of the time, and it's something that once you explain to people, did you change your carpet cleaner or anything like that, then the light bulb goes off, and it's something to just be aware of.
We have bleach. This is a fairly common one, unfortunately.
Again, it's something that where the risk here really is when you've cleaned your floor, you might have used a lot of bleach for a certain reason, and then if the dog eats off the floor. So a small dog then can ingest the bleach from licking so on. So just think about that. Make sure when you're cleaning, if there's a pet around, the floor is nicely rinsed.
Because we have this perception that if you bleach something, all of a sudden it's clean, and it's clean for us, but it's not clean for the dog.
Most of us don't eat off the floor. So just thinking about that a little bit more.
And what is this? This is antifreeze.
And antifreeze is the big one that we're all afraid of because dogs and cats enjoy the taste. So that's where it's really dangerous. And they'll lap that up if they can access it.
Cold weather coming tomorrow as well.
Big time. And I mean, if it's on the floor, if it spills or anything like that, your dog will go out, they'll lick it up. So you're just making sure that products like this up high on a shelf, and you're just thinking the whole time, if I've used it, I'm putting it away.
This is very straightforward. This is kind of an overdose, is it?
It is very straightforward. But a lot of people make the mistake of medicating their dogs themselves, which you cannot do, so do not do.
Are you telling me people give these to dogs?
A lot of the time people will use human medication on their dogs, which of course you don't do without the vet's permission. And the problem is, again, when they're sugar coated, they taste a little bit sweet, so the dogs will grab them and eat them.
And very quickly,
Christmas is coming, so making sure that if there's plugs, if there's wires around the place that haven't been there before, it's pet friendly. You're keeping it safe, keep the dog away.
Perfect. Now, if you do need to do CPR on a dog, what do you do?
CPR on your dog. So what we've done here is, this is our CPR dog that we practice on. It's really, really important that when you're doing your CPR, you're checking first of all, is the dog breathing? So you're looking in the dog's mouth. We have a video as well that you can watch of us doing it, checking for the dog's pulse. If the dog isn't breathing, if they don't have a pulse, you're going to close their mouth, do 2 quick breaths into their mouth, and then you're doing your compressions just over the dog's chest. You'll find their heart. If the dog is lying on its right hand side, just up over its elbow is where you're going to look for the heart, and then you're doing your compressions. So what I tell people to do, it's easy to remember, is sing Nelly the Elephant. So you sing your Nelly the Elephant back to your trunk, it keeps the rhythm going, and it keeps the right amount of compressions. And you're going to repeat that really until the dogs start breathing again. But you stop, you pause, you check, have they start breathing, and you repeat again. So 2 breaths, and then you're Nelly the Elephant.
And keep doing it as well. And Nanci, do you check for the dog's pulse?
Yes, so the femoral artery. So with your dog, if you have a go, sounds awful, stick your fingers between your dog's leg and feel for the pulse. You will feel it, and obviously when your dog's healthy, it's nice and strong. And then once you get comfortable with finding the pulse, you can then find what it's missing then as well.
Yeah. Well, we have a lovely dog here now called Loki, and we have Tara Collins, who actually did all this. And because, Tara, you did all this, we have Loki here as well. What happened to Loki?
Loki has food allergies, so she had some peanut butter, and I thought she was actually going into anaphylactic shock, just from her medical history. She stopped breathing.
That was it?
Frothing at the mouth, coughing, stopped breathing. Shh. Okay.
Frothing at the mouth again.
And I had no choice but to try it.
Yeah. So. Did you know what to do, did you?
I had previously had the opportunity to do a canine first responder course, and I just from that just remembered what they said while I was panicking at the same time. And because luckily enough she's a small dog, I could pick her up on my lap and just catch her chest and just actually do it. Did you bring her to the vet then afterwards? After that then,
And what did the vet say?
That she had a cardiac episode. Her heart just actually stopped. Pretty similar to adult death syndrome in humans. It can affect dogs as well.
It is common, and that's where you need to know what breeds you have and so on, because many breeds are prone to these things and their heart stopping. So doing your first aid course, being able to take control and keep your dog alive is obviously so empowering for you, and it just builds your confidence then as well. And obviously Loki's here today because of it.
And she's thriving since.
Loki had a run-in with a cat as well at one stage. My God, what are you doing, Loki? Take it easy.
Herself and the cat were best pals for quite a while, and just one day they had a little argument and she lost.
She turned his back on the cat there, as we can see in the picture. Nanci, thank you very much for being with us. And Tara, thank you as well.
Thank
and Loki, thank you very much. And you know what? Because Loki has been through so much, and because you've been through so much with her, Tara, we're going to send you to the 5-star luxurious Castlemartyr Resort, which I am told is dog friendly as well in East Cork, just for a little bit of more recuperation. Is that okay?
Thank you so
much.
Lovely,
and thank you very much, and thank you again, Nanci.
Nice to meet you. Come on, Loki.